Rockin' 101, it's Minnesota Homegrown. That was Malice with a track called Soldiers, Triumph and Glory. Their last release they put out. And we've got Malice in studio tonight. And let's get some introductions.
Hello, Tim. I'm Rayman James from Malice.
Hey, I'm Sheridan, and I play guitars.
I do hear that there's something new in the works.
We're working on our next studio album, and we've got the single done for it right now. Probably going to be going back into the studio here soon. Demos are written and recorded.
And I understand we're going to debut one of the tracks tonight.
Yeah, we're going to be listening to Fight coming up here soon. That's the new single.
Okay, we'll talk a little bit about the recording a little bit later on the show tonight. You guys were in a little while ago. You were just getting set to head out on the road on a tour, and it sounds like there's a little bit of an interesting story. The full band wasn't in studio, and there was something kind of behind that.
Yeah, last time Sheridan and I came to the studio, it's just me and Sheridan again tonight, but the last time it was me, Sheridan, and we had our drummer David Kaplan came in, and that was actually the first night that we had worked with Kaplan, and it was actually his tryout that night, and he passed the tryout, and then he joined the band. But the reason he joined the band was because we had our drummer had left the band because he was just really busy with his other bands and stuff like that, and we wish him well in the bands that he's with. And then our singer had dropped out on us as well shortly after that. So when we came into the studio that night, it was just Sheridan and I in the band, and we had our full tour ahead of us, and we didn't know what to do. We were refusing to quit, refusing to cancel the tour. We were scrambling to find members, and it was a process. And I was under a lot of stress, but we found Kaplan, and that was a big step to alleviate some stress, having the drummer. And then we went through the process of finding a singer, and if you want to tell about that a little bit, or...
We went through a ton of singers. I mean, 3, 4.
Our first singer joined, and then he ended up moving to Chile. So he got kind of far away from the band.
I never even got to see that one either.
Yeah, we liked him. He had a good voice, and then he moved away. And then we found another kid, that 17-year-old kid. We really liked this kid. Good voice, and we were set. We had started doing rehearsals with him. Everything was going good. And then I got a call from him, and he's like, yeah, I failed a class, and my mom is grounding me. And we're like, well, this is why we shouldn't have had a 17-year-old kid join the band.
Yeah, my mom said I couldn't be in the band anymore.
Then we tried out another guy. He came out, and he was pretty good as well, and we were going to move forward with him. And then all of a sudden he started having all this drama, and then just, eventually stopped calling back. And it was like, okay, we're a month away from our first show, and we have no singer. What are we going to do?
Scary.
And I do believe you have found a singer.
Yeah.
A very capable singer.
Yeah, I was kind of friends with, or acquaintances with Mr. David Reece, who was formerly in the band Accept back in the 80s, and he's been in numerous other bands. He's a very capable singer, and a very good singer, and, I gave him a call, and we talked about it, and he had agreed to join the band, and he said, he'll join us for that tour because we're in a bind. Going to help us out, and it worked out pretty well, and kind of everybody got along. We were liking the groove, and now he's going to be on the new material. He's on the new song, and he's probably going to be on the new album. He's part of the band now.
And as we mentioned earlier on the show, we're going to debut that new song. It's called Fight, kind of at the towards the end of the show, or end of the segment, we'll say, not the end of the actual show. We'll debut that new single from Malice. And the recording process, you had mentioned all the demos are currently written. You're getting set to start recording. Is that?
Yeah, we demoed everything out at I don't know what's Troy's studio's name.
I think it's just Troy Niebergall Productions.
Yeah,
pretty sure.
Oh, in Munich, New Munich.
Yeah,
we did all the demos with Troy, and because he was the producer on our last album, I did all the demos with him before, and then we do all the actual recordings in at Black Apple Productions with Chad Hellmans as the engineer and co-producer with me on that, and he does a fantastic job. I wouldn't suggest going to any other studio in Minneapolis other than Black Apple with Chad. He makes us sound really good.
Yeah, he's always got good ideas and input to help make songs better. He's just very creative mind.
He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, that's exactly what a good producer will do. Is you start working on it, it'll make some suggestions, and just trust in your producer, and you'll steer you right.
Yeah, he knows our style of music. He knows, and he's become a friend of ours, and he knows what we want and the sound we want. So it's like he knows what I'm thinking, just like with Sheridan and I when we were starting to write music together now. It's like the first album I wrote everything pretty much by myself because it was before I had even met Sheridan. I was writing material, and then I wrote pretty much everything here by myself, and now we're sitting down and we're rewriting everything. We're going through it, so now it's like Sheridan and I are writing everything over again together. It's like the lyrics I still have were the basis of mine, and then like we're changing chord progressions, and he's got so much more knowledge about music and music theory than I ever have or ever will have.
School.
I was gonna say, Sheridan, what do you say to that?
Yeah. Thank you.
He's a very talented musician, talented guitar player, and talented drummer. So, and he can sing a little bit too, but I don't want to give him too big of a head here.
He might break in the song on the show tonight.
He's already got a big head. So
thank you for inflating it a little bit more.
So anyways, yeah, it's really great working with him because it's like, we'll be sitting down. It's like, I don't know, like one time I was actually in Europe, and I was sitting down at my computer. I'm writing a song in Europe, and I sent Sheridan a text message, and I said, hey, I'm looking for this anthem-type ballad feel, and that's really all I told him. And then I came back to America, and we sat down, and I'm like, this is the progression I had, and he starts playing the progression, and we had the exact same chord progression for this song, and neither one of us told each other what the chord progression was going to be, and we're just like, holy crap, how did that's impossible that worked out. So it's like we kind of are in each other's heads, yeah.
As far as the new album goes, so what can fans expect?
It's going to be, the same type of vein, the whole warrior metal thing as the first album, because I'm really not going away from that theme. But, I mean, musically it might change just slightly just because, the influence of Sheridan and that Sheridan's having. But, I mean, we're still heavily influenced by Manowar, Judas Priest, Megadeth, Iron Maiden, that type of stuff. So it's still going to sound similar to the last one, but I guess more guitar stuff, I guess.
Yeah. Expect your face to melt.
More solos. More solos, as you will hear on Fight.
But as the dynamics have kind of changed a little bit, how has things kind of come together?
I think it's really good, and I didn't think I was gonna like working with another songwriter, but I really like working with Sheridan, and I think he makes the songs better because it's like I'm like, this song sounded pretty awesome, but now it's more awesome.
You're welcome.
And it's good knowing that we have like a singer like Reece that he can pretty much pull it off what I want, and a drummer that can beat the hell out of the drums. And can I say that on the radio?
Oh, well, you just did, so it's okay.
And
those drums.
Yeah.
All right, now you guys are getting set to head on the road on your tour. GB Layton's Pickle Park is the Minnesota date. What is happening as far as the tour goes?
Well, that's the first show of the tour. We got a bunch of shows lined up. We're going to be actually playing probably in Wisconsin. We got a lot of festival dates lined up. We're doing 2 outdoor festivals in Wisconsin. We got I think one near Madison and one up. We're doing Northern Hammerfest. I mean, Northern Hammerfest was like before we went on the tour last year. I told my manager Jason, I'm like, dude, I want to play Northern Hammerfest next year. I want to get on that show, and now we're headlining Northern Hammerfest. So I'm excited about that. We're supposed to be doing headlining a festival in Chicago. I can't remember. It's like Metal Massacre or something. Then we got another headlining festival in just north of Madison, Wisconsin. And we're headlining a heavy metal festival called Metal for Life which is a charity event to benefit fighting children's cancer. I was going to say benefit children's cancer, but we do not want to benefit children's cancer. We want to fight against children's cancer. So that's a benefit show where all the proceeds go to the Shriners Children's Hospital. So that's something we're happy to be a part of. We're happy to give back to help people out and stuff like that.
Well, yeah, as you mentioned that, I remember for the Triumph and Glory album, you were actually doing a charity thing with that as well.
Fighting human trafficking.
Yeah.
And that's something that I'm still passionate about and still fighting against. And that's I had a run-in with that while I was actually in Europe before, and I don't know if we want to get into that on the radio here, but I got involved with the police and had a little bit of a sting operation while I was in Europe, and I got involved in that, and it was kind of fun and exciting. But yeah, it's I'm not just full of talk. I actually will back it up and actually get out there and fight against it. So I like to fight. I'm sorry.
Not really.
Which is kind of the theme for tonight's show is fight. But yeah, I unfortunately I didn't get to catch the stop at Bubba's. Was that last year? Family emergency. I didn't get to see you guys play. So could you describe what a Malice show is like?
We always try to make it as exciting as possible. Come out, hit them hard right away, and just have it drag out throughout the set and keep them excited from beginning to end. That's our goal, and we try to make it entertaining to watch as well.
Yeah, it's very high energy.
Yes.
From even before we come out on stage, I mean, we try and make it as high energy and dramatic as possible. From the moment we take the stage to even after we're off the stage and in our dressing rooms or whatever you want to call it, It is a show. It's not just you don't put in a CD and listen to it. If you want to just listen to music, you might as well stay at home. If you want to come out to a show, come see Malice.
Indeed.
And if for those that cannot make it out there, I understand that it's going to be streamed as well.
That is correct. You can. I can't remember the guy's name now.
Tim Schreiber.
Tim Schreiber.
I was actually just
Tim
talking
Schreiber.
to him.
I remember the show's name, Rock's Metal Hour. Is he's going to be broadcasting it live for us. It's going to be viewable on our website, maliceofficial.com. That's www.maliceofficial.com. There's links on there on the very first page. You click on it. It says live stream. It'll take you to our live streaming page, and you can watch it whether you're here in Minnesota, you're out of state, or if you are one of my friends in Romania watching.
And I understand you have quite a few.
I do.
Only a few.
A few that are very pleasant to look at.
Yeah, I happen to like the Romanian ladies.
Really?
I figured we'd work that into the show tonight too. So
Interesting.
all right, and as mentioned, that show coming up, it's the Conquest of Steel tour next Saturday.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep, that's the name of our tour is the Conquest of Steel. We like to give our tours little names, and that's what our manager had decided on. He kind of thought that was a cool name, and that's kind of we're the whole warrior theme, and metal and steel, and we sing about steel, swords,
And metal.
and metal
And fighting.
and fighting. Yes. What else is there to sing about? I don't know.
No, there isn't any other topics.
Not that interest me.
And that's at GB Layton's Pickle Park in
GB
Fridley,
Layton's
right?
Pickle Park, which is a great place. It's got a great stage, great sound system. It's a really good place to see a show. And we got some amazing bands that are going to be working with us. Fire, who we've worked with before. They're a very good band from Minneapolis. American Gothic, which is a pretty big band around here, and they won Battle of the Bands thing, and they were doing some shows all around the states, and then we have High Octane, which is a good cover band. They've done some shows at Bubba's here, I believe, as well, and they're playing all over the state. They do a lot of that 80s and 90s rock music, like AC/DC. They cover a lot of that stuff. They're a pretty solid band themselves.
And people can get advance tickets for it?
Yeah, the advance tickets are just $5, which is
That's a steal.
You really can't beat that. Five bands.
Line up like that.
I mean, it's
It's $1 a band.
yeah, really. And then at the door they're $7, which is still pretty cheap. And if you're a member of the armed services, whether current or former, as long as you don't have a dishonorable discharge, you get in for free because it's Memorial Day weekend. So.
Okay. We've got a song here to debut. Let's hear a little bit about it.
Fight. Well, it's basically about, like, a lot of the themes of my music is about believing in yourself, about fighting for what you believe, and not backing down. And this is like, you can't really count on anyone else. Basically, everything, the world around you can suck, but you got to keep going. You got to keep moving forward and never let anybody keep you down or hold you back, because I don't want to get into it, but a lot of people have tried to hold this band back and tried to hold me back, and I'm just not going to let it happen. So this song has actually taken a very special meaning to me, because I wrote it a while ago, but now it's like after the things that happened on the last tour, and A lot of things that's happening. You know, it's taking a whole new meaning because I won't stop fighting.
Yeah.
And we took a little bit of a preview kind of beforehand. I'll tell you, it does kick butt. Sheridan definitely is featured quite a bit in the song. And, of course, David Reece on the vocals. Anything else you wanted to add before we debut?
Yeah, not really, because I think that about covers it. I mean, there's some killer drums on it. The bass is just, it's there. But that's me, you know. No, Sheridan did a fantastic job. He's an amazing guitar player. I wouldn't want to work with anybody but Sheridan anymore. So.
And right, as you said, this is still a demo, kind of still a work in progress.
Well, this is it's not the demo. This is the single version.
Okay.
When we go back and do the studio, or not, I mean, this is the studio. Yeah, when we go back and do the full album, we're gonna sprinkle in a little bit more tasty treats, I guess. It's going to be changed a little bit here and there.
Now, will it be available right away for purchase, iTunes or anything like that?
Yeah, it should be up on iTunes now. CD Baby for sure. Whenever they put it up on iTunes, I have no control over that. Tonight is the debut release of it here in America.
And if you like it, buy it.
Yes, buy it.
Yes, please.
It's only like 99 cents. I mean, you can't beat it.
All right, before we get into it, I'd like to thank you guys for making the drive up here to St. Cloud Sauk Rapids to be on the show.
Of course.
Well, thank you for having us. And actually, we'd like to give something away to your fans. We have a couple of tickets. We can leave them at the will call, I suppose, at the show, and then we'll include a copy, not just the tickets, but we'll include an album, the Triumph and Glory album. We'll give you a free download of the new song Fight, and you'll get a free Malice t-shirt.
Rock.
And we'll leave that at the will call or at our merchandise booth. But if you go to Rockin' 101's Facebook page, or would you rather the
We'll do the Minnesota. It's just Minnesota Homegrown.
Minnesota Homegrown Facebook page, and go and put Malice Rocks on there. The first person who does that will get the tickets, the T-shirt, the album, and the free download.
All right, very cool. Once again, thanks for popping in. And as you guys have been waiting for the whole segment, the new track from Malice. It's called Fight on Rockin' 101's Minnesota Homegrown.